Now let's focus on the star of the show, the meat. Whether you're doing ribs, pork butt, brisket, or in today's case, tri-tip, trimming and seasoning is key to good barbecue. So the first thing we're going to need is a binder of choice. I'm going to use mustard. This helps the seasoning stick after we get done trimming the meat. Also, coarse black pepper, coarse sea salt or kosher salt, whatever you prefer, and your barbecue rub of choice. I'm going to be using my own Baker's Barbecue Champions blend today. And then, of course, the star of the show, the meat. Today we're using about a 3.5, 4 pound beef tri-tip that we're going to cook brisket style in order for us to test out the low and slow smoking process on the Weber kettle. All right, so the first thing I like to do on this tri-tip is flip it over. It's got a fat cap on it that's going to be somewhat similar to what you would find on a brisket or brisket flat. And I just like to take that down a little bit. You do want to leave just a little bit on, for throughout the smoking process, because I will be smoking this fat cap up. We're going to be in the Weber kettle, so it's going to have the effect of an indirect smoker offset, because it's going to bring the convection process will come up and over the meat. Therefore, having a little bit of fat cap on there to help protect that will be great. So you're just going to trim off some of this fat cap. And I like to trim, I leave a little bit on, but not really too much, because you want to create a good bark. And just keep taking it down to your desired level. All right, so now I'm just going to flip it over. And what I like to do is, when I have a fat cap that's overlapping, I'll push it down and just take my knife and just come right down the side of it, just like that right there. This tri-tip, in my opinion, I love it because it's one of the most versatile pieces of meat I've ever seen. You can cook it like a steak, and I do. I mean, you can sear it. I've got other videos you can see that. You can sear it, cook it rare like a steak, medium rare, however you like it. Or you can, take your time and going up and smoke it 6, 7, 8 hours and smoke it just like a brisket flat. Start off by going ahead and putting a small layer of your binder of choice. Like I said, in my case, I'm going to use mustard. Also, I'm going to season the non-fat cap side first, because I am going to be smoking this fat cap up. So put on your binder. Don't put it on too thick. You don't want it to kind of pull up, because if it gets in little pool sections, when I say pool, hope you can understand that, but when it gets in little sections where it's like sitting there in a little pool area, the bad thing is that will turn mushy. So you're going to go ahead and put on your pepper. I love pepper on beef. Gives that good Texas kick. From there, we're going to put on some of our kosher salt. So what I'm doing is I'm actually seasoning this here the day before we're going to smoke it. And I'm going to let this set in the fridge, wrapped in saran wrap, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Let it sit in saran wrap that whole time. And the saran wrap, along with the salt and the seasoning, helps to go ahead and start extracting out the moisture in the meat, which does really create delicious barbecue, tender barbecue, and also helps to create that good bark. From there, I'm going to put on a favorite barbecue rub. And some people don't like to season that heavy. I like to season. I like my barbecue to have flavor. Kind of pat that in just a little bit. Make sure it's good and sticking. And you're going to flip that over and just repeat the process again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I wrap this up in saran wrap. All right, so the saran wrap I'm using, it's a commercial grade. I got this stuff at Sam's. I found it on Amazon. I'll drop a link down there as well. It comes 3,000 feet to a row. This particular row is 18 inches wide. It's heavy duty. What I like about it is it has the big base that the saran wrap sits in, provides a little bit of weight. so I can set it down here and basically roll the barbecue up. So take the tri-tip, stick it right over there on top of that. It's not touching my countertop. You know, from there, we just take it. I just go over like that right there, and you just roll it up. And then you can just take it, tear it off just like that, right off that box, and just finish it off. All right, so now we got a tri-tip all seasoned up, wrapped up in this saran wrap. I'm going to let it set overnight in the refrigerator inside this chopping block. And then tomorrow morning, we'll get out there, get the smoker fired up, and get this tri-tip on.